Welcome to the South Florida Saltwater Fishing Report. I'm Heath, and it's time to get into the bite. All right, folks, here we are. South Florida's ultimate resource for everything you need to know about fishing locally. We're going to go over what's biting, who's catching it, where it's being caught. We're also going to cover your future marine forecast, the moon phase, and the tide charts. Everything you need to know to keep you in the bite. Before we get into this, though, if you want to learn more about fishing, grow as an angler, or just see some great, exciting offshore fishing adventures, you can start by hitting the subscribe button and joining the South Florida Saltwater Fishing family. All right, folks, so the news of the week is this storm that is brewing down just south of Cuba right now, going to come up in between the Yucatan Peninsula and the western side of Cuba and swoop up and possibly strike Florida around the Big Bend. We'll get to that, but that's going to mess up everybody's fishing, getting out on a boat in general for the rest of the week. Hopefully it subsides by the weekend. We shall see. So let's get into what's going on right now. We've got a report from Pedro. He says, if you're fishing the surf, Martin County, Palm Beach counties, he says they released some water from Lake Okeechobee and it's pretty nasty out there. So he's sending this, a shot like this. So you got a lot of fresh water right there, right? So that's all the fresh water right there. So fishing your surf, you'll have to get out beyond that. That's a great shot. Thanks for that. Oh, that's a great shot. So that's what we're looking at. If you are fishing the surf up in those areas, you have to get out beyond that. So bring your 12-foot pole and a weight to get out past there, and hopefully the fish are there. What else do we got going on Inshore? Lafayette Malone, he has been picking off the bait fish. Got some filters in the bucket. Let's see what else he's got. Filters. Something. Might be croakers up north. Finger mullet. That's what it looks like. Anyway, he's been, up there at his second home doing some bait fishing, getting on the live bait goodies, which is great. So, pull up the cast net full. There we go. That's good. So yeah, keep your assets, your arsenal of. Ooh, that's a net full. Keep your arsenal open, right? Always keep you good practice going on. All right. So bait fish, mullet run still happening down south, right? Good to go. So let's take a look at what everybody has to show off this week. Let's talk inshore, right? Pedro, you saw he went out there and got a nice little pompano before the Lake Okeechobee freshwater hit him. This is out of Hogue Sound. So he says, the fall run of pompano is always hit or miss, but he's been getting pretty lucky lately. So good job with that one. Let's see if we got any other inshore bite. Sean, West Coast bite. Nice. He said he was catching so many Spanish mackerel that he had to throw them back, give them away, stop fishing for them. So he obviously, pulled a nice limit of them, and he's going home with dinner. And great catch right there. The Spanish mackerel run is happening, right? We've got scattered pompano, Spanish mackerel. This is all great surf fishing. So if you're land-based fisherman, man, get out there and do it. The fish are swimming around. You're gonna have a good old time and bring home some dinner. Let's see what else do we got. This is Marlo Kennedy Avella. Huge black drum. Man, that's a big fish. All right, great catch right there. Okay, let's keep moving on. So inshore, right? Obviously, hey, Pedro came to say hello. Can't watch you live today, but we'll be watching later. Thanks, Pedro. Hate when work gets in the way of my fishing. Yeah, me too. Talk about it. So yes, more inshore stuff. Let's see. Look, this is Gary. Gary took his buddy out. They got a nice little line sider right there. So as you can see, we've still got, the nice buffet of fish swimming around inshore. And the goodies, obviously we are in snook season and you can harvest them. So, you've got your mixture. Tarpon are still swimming around. The snook, obviously you can harvest them. The slots, snook, 28 to 32 inches, 28 to 33 in certain areas on the West Coast. I've seen some sea trout caught, which is good. Black drum up north. Obviously, that's not a fish down here that you run into. And yeah, Spanish mackerel also, right? And pompano from the beach. So it's a good inshore bite right now happening. So let's take a look at our reef, right? We've got the yellowtail. I've had, this is the Upper Keys. This is from Carlos. Full moon yellowtail bite. So the yellowtails, the snappers are still biting real good. Pedro's been lacing into them. Carlos, obviously, he got a nice boatload here. Look at them, man. These fish are fat. They're eating that chum. So, if you're going after yellowtail, chum that water. And you got to have current, and you'll get into that bite. Here we go. This is Neil. Neil also with a night fishing last week. They found the yellowtail. So look at them. Some nice flags in there. Great night fishing. Good deal. Once if you're fishing the yellowtails, once the sharks show up, that kind of kills the fishing. But you got to be able to be willing to move and get away from them. But hey, nice haul right there of yellowtail. So the yellowtail snapper is happening right now. We've seen a couple of night hauls. Here's off Marathon. This is Mike. Nice, good haul right there. Taco time, definitely. That's what I told him, man. I love making tacos out of yellowtail snappers. I know mahi is the fish that everybody thinks of, but trust me, yellowtail snapper tacos are delish. All right, let's see what else do we got on the reef. Pedro, right? Quick outing this morning, a bit of trolling, got a mahi and a nice king, and the rest, as you can see, the muttons are still hanging out, and the yellowtails, like I said, so the yellowtails are fired up. It is the time of year. You're going to start seeing, mixed in with these yellowtails, you will start seeing a mixture of Cero mackerel also feeding with them. They run in the same packs, so don't be surprised to get, if you get cut off, that's all part of the game. I wouldn't fish with wire. You won't get the yellowtail bite. But hey, the yellowtails are biting. The kingfish are around. We are in the second run. The second run of the mahi is happening too. Some people, they're hitting them in real close, real shallow, 90 to 200 feet. Other reports I'm getting they're saying out past 1,000. So let's keep on keeping on. And this is, I actually saw it. Yes, here it is. Michael Larson says, didn't make it out himself, but he's got several reports of dolphins past 1,000 feet. So there you go. I've also seen people saying they caught them in, 85, 90 feet. So, hey, perfect. That's what we're getting on. All right, let's see. David, once you got out and realized, just talking about, watching some of the YouTube videos, put on the white bucktail jig right here and started getting into a little false albacore, having some fun. And, that's what it's all about, right? Sometimes it's not about slaying fish and, not necessarily, we all like to bring home dinner, but if you can, get out there, have some fun. He says he found a lot of yellowtail and a great variety of fish throughout the day, strange drift and current. So, hey, they had some fun. They brought home some dinner and, just support for the channel in the way of the white bucktail jig. Awesome catch. Thank you, David, for all of your support and your info when it comes to this post. Thank you. All right, let's keep on. So we got more reef trolling. I know we see, there's Richard. Richard took his daughter out. Fun day out of Jupiter Sunday. I told him, hey, try getting off the reef and looking for the dolphin. He said he got a little one, undersized. They threw it back. Then they found barracuda and bonita on the way in, about 100 feet. Also had a little snake kingfish. So 1 mahi, 1 king, 2 bonita, and 4 barracudas. Just missing the partridge in the pear tree. Great picture here. Richard's always got a huge, they always got a huge smile. I love to see it when, people are having fun and taking the kids out fishing and, you know, bringing home dinner. Those barracudas, oh, I'm telling you, I got a great, like, Asian inspired recipe if you ever need it. Oh man, it's delicious. Anyway, great catch. Great to, thanks for the drop in right here and the post, Richard. Awesome. Helping control the barracuda population this week. Perfect. So that's the reef, right? Trolling the reef, fishing the reef. We've still got a few bonitas coming around, as Jay Polsky says. You know, he got a bonita on ballyhoo right here. Good deal. Says not the greatest good fishing day, but hey, he got one. So our bonita, like I said, the bonita bite is going to slow down. Our kingfish bite will run. The wahoo bite, again, starting October, will start to ramp up a little bit better too. It's already, and into October, we're going to start seeing more mahi. Here we go. Alex, wahoo in the boat. Nice little wahoo and a couple of great sized dolphin. I've been seeing a ton of the little weehoos being caught lately. You know, don't feel bad about keeping them. That's a great fish. You know, a giant wahoo is always a trophy fish, something to show off, something, you know, great eating too. But don't be afraid, man. These little ones, I mean, you know, if you get them and they're you know, 12 inches, all right, you might want to consider pitching them back. But, you know, fish that are 24 inches, you know, 18, 24 inches, man, keep them, throw them in the cooler. They're great eating. They're super tender. They make, you know, if you're into sashimi, that little wahoos definitely do it. All right, so we're talking pelagics, right? We've got some wahoo swimming around. We've got the dolphin swimming around, obviously. Let's look here. This is Paul Krieger. Found the mahi. So here we go. Perfect. Again, like I said, second running of the mahi. Perfect. Great catches. And going home again. Tacos. Me, I'd throw them on the grill. And we've got Captain Alex back down in Marathon. He is back from Alaska. So here they are, you know, getting back into some action. This is a video of pulling up some mahi up to the boat. Definitely, you know, great start back to getting back here. So if you are in the Marathon area and you're looking for a licensed captain, Captain Alex can definitely get you on some fish, as you see right here in this video. All right. So that's where we're at, folks. Also, deep dropping, we've got swordfish and rosies. Rosies are an 800, swordfish are, you know, 1,000 plus. You need an LP, go out there, lots of heartbreak. If you're new to it, I suggest getting someone who knows what they're doing. Otherwise, it's going to be a hot mess all day, every day until you get the hang of it. Also, deep dropping 300 plus around structures. Just off the structures, we've got yellow eye snapper and vermilion snapper still biting. And your random amberjacks and porgies are, you know, still hanging around those structures. So that's what we're looking at, folks. The big thing with the pelagics is that the mahi is hanging out, right? Our reef, the great thing is that, you know, we're still getting buttons biting, right? You got to fish for them, you got to work for them, you got to have that current. But the yellowtail bite is the hot deal right now. All right, so that is our fishing report for this week, folks. All right, let's talk about this weather and how much fun it's going to be. Okay, so what's going to happen? In case you can't tell, if you look outside your window right now, we are starting to get some wind. Let me pull up windy and I'll show you it right here. Starting tomorrow, we're going to get outer feeder bands. Tomorrow into Thursday, we're going to have winds 30 plus miles an hour, gusts up to 50. So this is it right now. Like I said, it's going to come between the Yucatan Peninsula and the western side of Cuba, right out here by Cancun. And it's going to swoop up and go towards the Big Bend of Florida, right? So what does this do? Out here, this is the dirty side of the storm. This is the clean side of the storm. So we're going to get, you know, wind and rain. Over here would be more of a wind event. So it's going to come here, and starting tomorrow, you got to remember a hurricane is several hundred miles wide, right? So tomorrow afternoon or something, it'll be right around here. Thursday, it'll be more around here. So you can see it's going to be a several day event with the wind and the rain. that what they're saying is some of these feeder bands could possibly spawn tornadoes. So just be wary. We have no clue of how they're going to react with the schools over the next couple of days, depending upon its direction. But Thursday it's going to be due west of us 300 miles. But still, we're going to be getting storm. Okay. So there's not much to really talk about it. We can watch it, right, and see what's going to happen. This is tomorrow, right? Goes into Thursday, and as you can see, it's dragging all the moisture with us. Here is the worst part of it, just off the west coast. And that, like I said, so here's Thursday night, right? So Wednesday into Thursday night for South Florida, West Florida, the whole coast of West Florida is really getting pounded. Friday is when it starts to actually move up. So Friday morning, it's going to move really quickly once it turns on land in Thursday. So between Thursday night, well, this is Thursday afternoon, right? This is Thursday 9 o'clock. This is Friday 8 a.m. It's already up, in North Georgia. So once it hits land, it's really going to take off, and then the winds are going to die down. Friday, we start getting our west wind, and it's going to draw all the moisture with it, right? Saturday, again, we've got a west wind, and it's still ripping, but it's from the west, so we're going to see a pretty big swell coming from the northeast. Saturday afternoon, the winds start to die down, and Sunday looks like you might be able to get out on the boat. So the good thing about this is Sunday. We'll just talk a second about it. Sunday afternoon, our winds are really subdued. Into early next week, it's starting to look really good all across the state again. But, it's going to be a recovery effort for flooding all along the West Coast, and especially in the Panhandle. See what happens. Pray for them. Hope they get it good. Down here on the East Coast, Tri-County area, St. Lucie, all the way south. Not so much in the Keys. You'll have a little bit of wind start next week, but the Tri-County area is looking good for the beginning, Sunday through the beginning of next week. So what's going to happen after the storm passes is it's more than likely going to stir up our ocean. The fish are going to feed good, and hopefully we will get some nice clumps of weed and some debris hanging out there, which will amp up this mahi bite. We'll be able to get offshore and find them, and folks can come home happy, because I've always thought during the second run, the bigger size mahi are what's happening. So obviously, folks, this it's not too forward the rest, but as the weekend approaches and keeps moving forward, I would say Sunday, you might want to consider it. Saturday, we'll probably still be dealing with weather. So Tuesday, right, let's watch this storm come. And here, again, these are 20-plus foot waves. Wednesday, here it comes. Wednesday night, Wednesday afternoon. Look at the waves out in the West Coast. Got a swell out. We've got straight east waves, actually. So, if you're looking at 3 to 5 on the East Coast. Thursday, it's taken off. So Thursday, we're looking at 10-foot seas, plus up and down the coast. Both sides of the coast are getting hammered, just hammered. We've got 30-plus foot waves, right, just outside the center of circulation. Thursday night, again, here it comes, the big wave. So that big push of water right here, heading towards Tampa, Sarasota. This is what the tidal surge is going to have. So that they're going to have some coastal flooding and big stuff, depending upon what category this is. They're predicting a category 3. Hey, Jerome, everything good as can be. Good to hear from you. Thanks for showing up, buddy. Tidal surge, it's going to be a hot mess. So I work with a company that's actually, we go out and set up, help first responders. We set up places for them to stay and communicate with. We work with FPL. We work with all sorts of electric companies. And we help set up encampments that are foldable shelters, whether or not we will be called upon to go help with some relief, because we actually go in before the first responders go in, so that they can have their command centers and communicate with people and have places to stay, fire departments, everything. Regardless, just a little bit about what I do if nobody has ever heard me talk about it. So this hurricane is coming. They're set, like I said, category 3. We'll see what happens. Warm water. This could turn into a bigger storm than they're predicting really quickly in the span of 24 hours. Friday, seas start, cutting back down, turning back to, seasonal, subdued seas. There goes that push of water with the storm, dragging all the moisture with it Friday afternoon. Saturday, we're starting to look a little prettier after the storm, but we've still got, 2 to 4 foot seas. 2 to 3 Saturday. It's going to be a hot mess on the West Coast, so, they're going to be in recovery mode after that, after the storm hits. Saturday afternoon, a little bit more bumpier. Let's see what happens. Sunday is the day that, we're looking at it. So 2 to 3, not bad. Miami, Biscayne Bay, down into the upper Keys, looking like, 1 to 2, not bad. Might be able to get out and do it. Boca Raton, looking at, 2 to 3, not real bad. Sunday's looking like an all right day. Okay. And it looks like it starts to calm down even more. Everglades National Park, all the fun spots for the shallow water fishing, the snook, the redfish, everything good to go. Monday, again, we saw the lightening of the wind and getting back to, more friendly boating conditions. All the way to Tri-County area, all the way down into Miami is looking good Monday. Not too bad. Seas looking, 1 to 2, maybe a 3-footer here, but not bad. It'll be the period in between the waves, because we've got these east-northeast sort of wave pattern happening all the way up in the Vero Beach, looking nice. Tuesday morning, as the week begins, it's going to be, letting up, right, into Tuesday. And, the West Coast, as the week goes on, will be, starting to lighten up, at least in the lower from Sarasota south. I predict up here it's going to, like you said, we're going to have some flooding, and in some of these areas up here, Bonita Springs, all these places, it's a lot of times when they have coastal flooding, the water's got nowhere to go. Once it really gets inland and then starts to recede, there's waters in low-lying places, and it just has nowhere to go. So they're going to be, hopefully it's not as bad as they think it's going to be, but it's not looking pretty right at this moment. Anyway, let's take a look at our rain, and we can almost predict what in the world is going to happen, right? So right now, of course, we've got our storm coming Wednesday. There we go. So like I said, tomorrow we're going to start seeing outer feeder bands in our area, right? So don't be surprised if you start seeing winds in the 30s. This is tomorrow afternoon. 30 plus over the Wednesday and Thursday. Again, Thursday, later we get into Thursday, it will be sort of letting go. And up here, the northern part of the state will be getting hammered. Friday, we'll still be seeing some winds blowing, but not as bad. And the storm is going to suck all the moisture with it. So that's what's going to happen to our rain. Friday afternoon, we're looking at rain. Saturday, in the morning, not so bad. In the afternoon, probably the same stuff. So, we're probably looking at, rainy conditions periodically throughout the weekend. Sunday looks dry in the morning. Not too bad for Sunday. And Monday, we start to dry out, and the storm is literally taking a bunch of the atmospheric moisture with it. Tuesday, so it's not bad. Once the week gets on, we'll start to get back to normal now. All right, so let's take a look at WindFinder. they're going to say, even though, you know, the conditions are insane, we're just doing this for, you know, morbid curiosity at this point. Okay, so Wednesday, we're going to start seeing, they're saying winds, upper teens, gusts up to 20s as the day progresses. Rain's coming, so outer feeder bands, right? Thursday, north winds steady, almost up into the 30s, gusts up into the 40s. Friday, it starts laying down a little subdued. Rain and all that goodness all day Thursday, pretty much all day tomorrow. Friday, bunch of rain, still gusting up into the 20s, mid-teens. Again, wave heights, you know, 5 foot, 5 foot, 7 foot, 7 foot, 4 foot, 5 foot. Saturday, north. We got a north wind, and then it starts going from the west on Sunday. Still low double digits, gusty, still gusty Saturday. Sunday, it tends to looks like it wants to lay down. Sunday, we'll have a little bit of rain. It'll let up. Looks like it wants to let up in the mid-morning hours. Same thing with Saturday. Our waves Saturday, we got a northeast swell, so 2 to 3 foot waves at 11 seconds. Same thing with Sunday, 2 foot, 1 to 2 foot swell from the northeast, 10-second period. So we're gonna, you know, we're looking at a swell coming in. So the weekend, again, you'll be able to start getting back out there and chasing the mahi. Going into next week, Monday, again, swell, 10 to 9 second. Winds variable Monday, so you know if you're doing the snapper fishing, watch out for that. This wind pattern right here, shifting directions all the time, that can shut off your reef fishing bite. Tuesday, winds coming from the west. All right, so that is what Wendy's saying. Let's take a look at what NOAA's saying. It's not much of a weather report, other than we know that it's going to be rough over the next couple of days due to this storm. All right. Wednesday, 15 to 20, 20 to 25, seas 5 to 7, 8 to 9. Thursday, winds 25 to 30, gusts up to 40, seas 8 to 10 foot, occasionally to 13. So we're looking at big seas Thursday. Friday, same thing. They're saying the winds are going to continue with NOAA. Every places are saying it'll start subsiding. So I think, you know, tomorrow is more of the beginning of it. It seems like Thursday will be the worst of it with the most downpours and rain. Friday, it seems like we're on the backside of it where the wind continues, but the rain will possibly let up. Saturday, winds 15 to 20 from the southwest, seas 2 to 4. But again, we're going to have that swell coming from the northeast following the storm. Showers likely in the morning. Chance of thunderstorms. Sunday, winds west 5 to 10. So there you go. Sunday is, you know, probably the day more you're looking at starting to head back out. All right, let's look at our moon phase. We just had a full moon. If anybody was able to get to fish it, like I said, I saw a bunch of little wahoo being caught, which is great. Even the charter boats are lacing into them. Like I said, there's no shame in keeping little wahoo. All right, right now we are at a waning moon, right? Waning means we're heading towards the new moon, heading towards the dark side of the moon. Waxing means we're heading towards the full moon. So we're at 53% today, waning. Tomorrow, Wednesday, 43%. Thursday, 33%. Friday, 24%. Saturday, 10%. Sunday, 9%. Monday, 5%. And Tuesday, we're at 1% heading into the new moon. So next week, once the weather starts settling down, the bait will start actively feeding at night again. And I always talk about this because your bait fishing is done best under the cover of darkness. When the moon is illuminating the sky, the bait fish tend to not bite. Your local goggle-eye fishermen know this, and they believe in it like, you know, the 10 Commandments. So it is what it is. Bait feed when there's nothing to give them away. All right, so that's our moon phase. There's no fishing by the moon this week. Obviously, there's not going to be much happening until next week, and you will be fishing in the new moon, right? And what the new moon means is that our pelagics, like the mahi and the wahoo, will feed better during the day because they will be feeding less at night. But the bait fishermen will be more active at night. So that's our moon phase. Let's look at our tide chart. Not even really. It doesn't matter what the tides are doing until the end of the week. Let's look at Saturday. Saturday, we've got an outgoing tide, right? So Sunday, you would actually be probably almost at the top of the outgoing tide, right? And this is very important for fishing your inlets, jetty fishermen. You always got to fish that outgoing tide when you're fishing the mouths of any estuary, inlet, anything like that. That water's got to be going out. It pushes out sediments, it pushes out microorganisms, phytoplanktons, everything the little fish come in and eat, especially the bait fish that you've been seeing caught, the mullet, pilchards, threadfins, dwarf jacks, everything like that is going to eat all this little stuff. And then the bigger fish, the more desirable fish that we feed on, are going to come in and eat them. So remember, especially if you're a land-based fisherman fishing off a jetty at an inlet, keep that outgoing tide. So the morning time will be when you want to do it. And also if you're into fishing at dusk and into the early night, good times. So you've got your raising tide during the middle of the day. This weekend and into early next week, the tides will be on your side. All right, folks, that about does it for our fishing report and our weather report this week. Before we head off, I just want to invite you, if you are on Facebook, come and join the South Florida Saltwater Fishing Report. It's a group that I am the administrator for. Looks like this. Let me show you here the cover for it. Actually, I didn't even do one this week. The cover for it actually looks like this minus the date. It says South Florida Saltwater Fishing Report. It is tied directly to this weekly show. It is what makes this show happen. By all your contributions every week, every Monday, I drop a little post that says, hey, it's Monday, folks. Let's see your catches. And, everybody contributes. If you contribute, you always have the chance of being the poster child and having your picture as the thumbnail for the weekly live stream. So yes, join the Facebook group if you're on Facebook. If not, go on ahead and, get Facebook to join. It never hurts. The community helps keep it in. You can go and look at what everybody's saying. You don't have to wait till once a week to watch the show and get all the skinny on what's biting, where it's being caught, and all that goodness. Right? You can do it right there. It's very simple. Just ask to join the group. 2 simple questions. 1, what's your favorite fish? 2, do you agree with the rules? The rules are simple. No YouTube videos, no selling stuff. Let's keep it clean. Play nice in the sandbox. I don't want to be that guy. All right. So that's that. And the last thing before we sign off, folks, a little bit of shameless self-promotion right here. I want to invite you to get in on the merch. South Florida Saltwater Fishing shirts by our sponsor, WindRider. They are UPF 50 shirts, right? Hooded with gators. You can get the logo on the front, on the back, whatever. They are the quick drying. These are fishing shirts, right? They're this flexible, stretchy fabric. Like I said, you can get them with a hood. You can get it with a gator. You can get it without. You can get it with just the hood. You can get the logo on the front, on the back, anything like that. If you're interested, go on ahead. The link is in the description to the live feed. It's the very first link. And that's where we're at, folks. So it's short and sweet this week, folks. There's not much going on other than the hurricane. I want to thank everybody for their contributions weekly and for keeping this show on the road, keeping us going. So we are going to get ready and call it quits, folks. It's been a fun one, been a short one. First time in many, many weeks that we've had a 30-minute show. Anyway, is what it is, right? I've had fun, but it's time to go. Hope everybody's, stay safe during the storm over the next couple of days. Hopefully you're able to get out during the early part of next week, Sunday, and into the earlier days of the week, and we can have a good show next week. All right, till then, South Florida saltwater fishing, going wherever the cool wind takes us.